Greetings, Earthlings. How are you? I hope that you're having a wonderful evening. I'm sorry that I'm late on filing this, and I think I even owe you one from yesterday. It's Dr. Flo, online mentor and coach and helper of those who have bold dreams and want to build them. Thank you for supporting this newsletter, and thank you for supporting the podcast, and thank you for being generally awesome. It's been a wonderful day of receiving gifts, both in spirit and in presence, and also in the kitty things. Hello! Zuku and Tara's here. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. I won't be here for a long time, but I will be here for a fun time. The first thing you need to know is, Zuku especially, is that you are so loved and lovable. And Tara as well, you are loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable. You're always going to be loved and lovable. Ain't nobody going to change that, okay? We won't even allow them to. And with that knowledge, we can change ourselves. And by changing ourselves, we can change the world. Ain't that something? Opportunities for growth. Everything is happening for me in my evolution. I'm not a victim of the things that happen. I take ownership of my life and make the best of the challenges along my journey. I see how difficult moments help me to become the best version, and I'm thankful for them. The better it gets. When things happen that cause me to feel good, I know there are much more good feeling things coming my way. The better it gets, and I keep rising up. Shall I do one more? We do that one all the time. Ooh. There is magic and miracles all around me. Where others see coincidence, I see evidence of life's synchronicities. I love filling life with wonder and magic. It's way more fun that way. The real students of Hogwarts know that magic is something that's inside you. Let's move forward, shall we? All year we've been reading from 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact with Melody Beattie. This is a lady who survived incredible addictions and the loss of her son. She put together a book. It has daily readings. Last week was about God's will. Very controversial week because there are people in our network who don't even believe in God, and that's okay with us. You very much bring your own beliefs. All are safe and welcome here. This week we're talking about faith, and it's going to lead with sobriety. I am not of this plight, thank goodness. The thing that I'm supposed to heal in my life right now, beloveds, is my emotional states. For decades of my life, I have lived in emotional instability. So I just want to say that I'm not reading on behalf of myself tonight. I certainly had some wonderful super juice with dinner. But that being said, this lady really overcame some obstacles, and I want to give honor to her sobriety and her path. All right, day 3 of week 40 in our network and in the world. And the theme is faith. I first learned about having faith for today in my early years of sobriety. My life felt uncomfortably odd. Even though I was doing what people told me to do, taking responsible care of myself, it felt like something was wrong. I heard about a good therapist. He lived far away. I didn't have a car, but I was determined to go see him. I thought he could tell me what I needed to do to make my life better and right. I made my appointment and eagerly waited for that day to arrive. Quote, My life will be better then, end quote, I thought. Quote, it won't be like it is now, end quote. The day arrived, I got on a bus, transferred, got on another bus, transferred, then rode another bus to his office. Then I sat down and told him everything that was wrong. He listened patiently, then leaned back. I'm about to hear the missing piece that will change my life, I thought. Sounds to me like you're right where you need to be, he said. The missing piece was faith. Sometimes when things aren't working, it's a warning that we're heading in the wrong direction. But we can still believe in today and where we are now. It's the only way to get wherever we're going next. And of course, every Tuesday we have a challenge here, so see if you'd like to take this challenge on. It's easy to tell other people and ourselves what we're doing wrong. It's easy to give advice. If you just do this or that or these other things, then your life would be right. Yes, we need to work on issues, solve problems, try new approaches, and sometimes we need information about how to do things, including living our lives that we don't have now. But it doesn't take much faith to criticize other people or ourselves. It takes a lot more faith to look at others and ourselves and believe that what we're doing is the best that we can. And that what we're doing is good enough. I hope that came out right. my hippie juice, excuse me. my whole brain scrambled there. But it doesn't take much faith to criticize other people or ourselves. It takes a lot more faith to look at others and ourselves and believe that what we are doing. No. It takes a lot more faith to look at others and ourselves and believe that we are doing the best we can and that what we're doing is good enough. Yes. Including my multiple readings of that line. It's really good enough. Y'all got it. All right. Every Tuesday in our network, we center our solar plexus chakra. We start on Sundays in our root chakra. That is the mantra I am. We start dealing on Sundays every week in public spaces like TikTok around who we are, who you are, who I am. On Mondays, we move up into the sacral chakra, which is all about how we feel. I feel. And then today, we start taking who we are and how we feel and start applying the solar plexus chakra, whose mantra is, I do. And this is all about the action that we take. And these programs that we do on TikTok as a network and on Instagram and YouTube and all of these places where we platform, it's all called Love in Action Network because we gotta put our love in action in order to have that flow in the world, you know. And I could go on and on about this, so I'm not going to. But what you're doing in life and how you're doing in life says a lot about you and your flow. Anyway, on Solar Plexus Chakra Day, we explore aspects of our personal power, self-esteem, and inner strength. And we don't believe necessarily that people come out of the box of life having personal power, self-esteem, and inner strength. We believe here in our network that all of these attributes are things that can be cultivated. You can actually plant your seed in the ground, water it, and you can build personal power, self-esteem, and inner strength by asking yourself questions like these. All right. How decisive are you in making choices? Feel free to answer in the chat. I also will answer these tonight. it really depends on how high stakes I think the decision is. If I think that the decision could change like the outcome of like the next 5 to 10 years of my life, I'm very like, what I'm wearing for the day, what I'm eating in the morning and tomorrow, don't care about that. Those are very easy. Like the decisions that are right here and now are very easy to make. However, if I think that that decision is going to cascade in a way in my project management brain into a path where, I can't be for certain if this is really like, And what it's about is that I have multiple interests in life. So if I pick one path, I'm going to be with it for a decade, you know. I have to commit to these things. I can't, the things that I can do and want to do, I can't half do. So, sometimes I get very stuck along the path. But that's just because I'm making it mean something, right? I could just say what Tara tells me all the time, who's in the space: make a decision and we'll figure it out down the path. Because there's no such thing as a right or wrong decision. Just make a decision, and when we get down the road, we'll figure it out then. You don't need to have all of the gas in the car to drive from Virginia to California. You need enough gas that the tank can hold to get you to the next checkpoint, and then you reassess. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do! Do you trust your intuition and instincts in making decisions? I do. I do. I have strong spidey senses. And I have cultivated a network of really close people who are watching the other people. I cannot. And I don't believe in all of the 48 laws of power. I do not endorse them by any means because it is a tough, it's a tough environment, that whole book and ecosystem of believers. However, one of the 48 laws of power is to surround yourself in the because it's harder to unalive a leader that's in the crowd. So what I've done strategically is have people around me who crowd the energetic space so that naysayers and people who would be maligned aren't even able to get close. Rest in power to those who try me. So yes, I do trust my intuition and my instincts when making decisions. And when I have intuition and instincts, I run them by people who have my best interest at heart, and they fact check the energetics. And I trust them for that. And sometimes I disagree and go on and make the mistake anyway. And we still always work it out. How strong is your willpower? Can you stick to your goals and commitments? Dr. Flo, how strong is your willpower? Very, very strong. Very, very strong. Like, I know that what I want, I'm worthy of having it. Took me a long time to get to that feeling of vibration, folks. But I know that what I'm doing and what I want is a worthwhile goal. So my willpower is very strong. You have to know your why. And we have not talked in these rooms in many years at length about the power of a why. But a why, a powerful why, will get you out of bed in the morning. A powerful why will pull you out of depression. A powerful why will walk you into your next yes. And you have to know why you're doing the things you're doing and why you're living the life you're living, why you're making the choices you're making. You have to know. I love you, Terry. You're loved and lovable. You got to know this. Now, as it relates to sticking to goals and commitments, it really depends, but I'm working on this as well as I climb my next Everest. You know what's helped me though? There's this app called Finch. It's a self-care app. It's got me eating in timely fashion. It's got me drinking water throughout the day. It's got me being grateful because I programmed it to remind me. It's reminding me every day to follow the plan and not my mood. Every day it reminds me, follow the plan, not your mood. It really helps. So yes, it's important that we not only hear these words, but that we also do something with them. So I want to encourage you today to go out into the world and do something great. I also want to encourage you to go to lovedandlovable.bio.link, 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 and check out our team and our offers and all of the things that we're working on to let, 800,000 people unalive every year because they don't feel loved and lovable and like they belong in this. And I think that the artwork that we do is going to be healing. I think the confidence coaching that we do is going to be healing. I think the community building that we're doing is going to be healing. And so we'll just keep walking forward. We can do that. I'll see you in the morning.